Hello and welcome to my video on how to make overnight oats. If you'd like to jump straight to the part where I'm actually making them, then I'll put the time on the screen if I can figure out how to do that, or in the description box below. I will also put a link to my blog that details the health benefits of the ingredients that I've chosen and also details why I'm such an advocate for overnight oats. If you'd like to stay with me though, I'll go through some of those reasons now. Okay, if you're still here, then I guess you want to know a bit more about why I've chosen the ingredients that I have and why I'm such an advocate of overnight oats. I'd say probably one of the main reasons I like overnight oats is because they save me a lot of time in the mornings, which means mornings are stress-free, can have a little bit of an extra lie-in, but I also know that I've committed to having something healthy for breakfast. So that's a definite win. Okay, so here are the ingredients that I use. So obviously oats are the main ingredient of overnight oats. I use whole oats. Some people prefer ones that are a bit more finely milled because they absorb the liquid a bit better. So that's just personal preference. I also use cinnamon, ground cinnamon. This helps regulate your blood sugar levels, which is really important for me. It keeps them stable throughout the day. Sometimes I'll swap that though with, just for a bit of a change, with ground cardamom, and I do that just because I love the flavour. It's a sort of very warm flavour. Chia seeds are full of omega-3. They do need to be soaked before you eat them. If you eat them just like this, sprinkled on something, they can actually be really dehydrating, which is bad for you. So overnight oats is an ideal recipe for chia seeds. I love these breakfast toppers by Linwoods. And there's lots of different ones and I just swap between them. At the moment, the one I'm currently using is milled flaxseed, sunflower, pumpkin, chia seed and goji berries. So lots of vitamins in there, really, really good for you. Milled flaxseed is another really good source of omega-3. Very important if you're a vegetarian. Hemp seeds, I sometimes will put these in, but not always. I tend to prefer to put these in porridge rather than overnight oats. Again, another excellent source of omega-3, but also omega-6. They're high in protein and vitamin E as well, so really good for your skin. Fresh berries, so at the moment I'm using raspberries, and I don't know if I dare pick up the blueberries because they'll spill out. They add a bit of sweetness to the overnight oats, making them really extra delicious, but also extra vitamins and minerals as well. They are also relatively low GI fruits, so that means they won't spike your blood sugar, which is something that I'm very concerned about. Oats themselves are really good for you. They're full of fibre, which is great for your gut health. They're also high in protein and resistant starch. So this means they'll leave you feeling fuller for longer. So, you won't be tempted to reach for the biscuit tin at tea break. Finally, overnight oats taste delicious. Sometimes it can be hard to get up in the morning, especially a Monday morning, but when you think you've got delicious overnight oats in the fridge, it does make it a little bit easier. They do, and I'm not just saying this, taste a bit like a pudding, like a real treat, but actually they're really good for you. So I'm a definite advocate of overnight oats, in case you hadn't guessed. But like I said, I'll link my blog below so you can get a little bit more information. And now I'm going to show you how I make my overnight oats. But don't forget, you can swap in and out ingredients that you prefer. Okay, we'll start with 2 tablespoons of oats. I'm using a half litre, so 0.5 litre Kilner jar, but any sealable container will be fine. Then I put just a sprinkle of the cinnamon, give that a stir. Then 1 tablespoon of the chia, 1 tablespoon of whatever Linwoods I'm using. In this case is this particular one, but I've got lots of different ones that I like to use. Give that a stir. Now I'm using Oatly, Oat-gurt, I don't know how you pronounce it, because I'm trying to reduce the amount of dairy that I eat. I eat far too much cheese. So I think it's about too generous. I'm not quite sure, I think I just spoon it in, tablespoons of that. we'll see how that goes. So I'll use a smaller spoon just to stir that in. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go for 3. Just because I like it quite creamy. Okay. Then I'm going to add some berries. I've just washed some raspberries and some blueberries. Now you have to remember that the chia seeds and the other ingredients as well, they do absorb a lot of the, including the oats, the liquid. So that's just something to bear in mind. You don't want to overfill this. So I'm going to give that a stir. Okay. And then I'm going to top it up with some oat milk or oat drink, I think it's now called. As you can see here, it's quite stiff. You want it to be a lot more movement when you stir it, because otherwise it's going to not be very yummy in the morning, because like I said, it's going to absorb a lot of that liquid. So I put quite a generous amount of that in, so it becomes quite sloppy. But believe me, you'll thank yourself for it in the morning. So then I just check that I've got all the little bits stirred in. I just add in a few more berries. Just a splash more of this oat drink. Just so you can see the consistency. Looks like that. You don't want to go too far to the top, because like I said, it's going to absorb it and that is going to expand. So by the morning, that's going to be a larger quantity, or at least it will appear to be. Seal it, pop it in the fridge, and if I remember in the morning, I will show you the finished result.